Now, I'm going to show you one important concept in Redux Toolkit, that is usage of extra reducer. But before that, first in plain Redux, you should understand this concept. I am dispatching order pizza. As soon as I dispatch order pizza, here number of pizza base will be reduced by 1. And here I am dispatching order burger. As soon as I dispatch this, number of burger buns will be decreased by 1. So here basically what happens, whenever we dispatch the action, both the reducers will be receiving that action. So here I am dispatching order pizza. So what happens, both the reducer, pizza and burger will be receiving that action. So now if both the reducers are receiving the action, how it is able to understand, how it is able to update only those particular state. So here whenever we are dispatching action, what happens? Both pizza and burger reducer will be receiving that action. But here, one of them will be acting on that action, whereas other just ignore that action. Why? Because we have passed order pizza, and this order pizza is nothing but action creator, which is returning action. And inside that we are having type as order pizza. So that is the reason this reducer will be acting on that dispatch, and this reducer is just going to ignore that dispatch. So to understand this, let me tell you one simple scenario. Now here, as I mentioned, shop owner has hired two chefs. One will be managing pizza and one will be managing burger. Now, because of this pizza and burger, shop is having more sale. So now shopkeeper has announced the sale so that many customer will be visiting his shop. And the sale is, whenever customer order pizza, they are going to get one burger free. Now for burger, we have created separate reducer. So what I will do? So now inside this burger reducer, I will be adding the case. Here I will be writing case. Now here inside this, instead of passing order burger, I am just going to pass this order pizza. Here I will write return. I will just explain you what I am doing. First inside this, I am just going to copy my entire state. After that, what I have to do, whenever I am ordering pizza, inside this burger reducer, I just have to decrease the burger buns by 1. So same thing I will copy, and inside this I will be pasting. So now here what happens, whenever I dispatch this order pizza, both the reducer will be receiving that action. So inside this reducer will be receiving the action. It is going to act and it will be decreasing the pizza base by 1. Then this reducer will also receive the action. Before, it was not having this case, so simply it just ignored the action. But now we are having the case as order pizza, so this reducer will also be receiving the action. Now in this case, what we are doing, we are just decreasing the burger buns by 1. So one thing you should remember, whenever we are dispatching the action, both the reducers will be receiving the action, where one of them will act on the action and other will just ignore the action. So each reducer will be updating their application state, but they can still respond to any actions dispatched in our application. If this case was not there, it will simply ignore. But as we are having this case, first let me open terminal. Inside this, I will write node multiple reducer.js. Hit enter. Now you can see first time what I have done, I have dispatched order pizza. First I am just printing my initial state. After that I have dispatched order pizza. So both the reducers receive that action. So pizza base is reduced by 1, and inside that burger bun, what I am doing, I am just decreasing the burger by 1. So whenever I am dispatching pizza, basically whenever customer is ordering pizza, they are getting burger for free. So that is the reason whenever pizza is decreased by 1, burger bun is also decreased by 1. Again, I am dispatching pizza. Pizza is decreased by 1 as well as burger is decreased by 1. After that, I am dispatching burger. Now again, both the reducers will be receiving the action. But now, pizza reducer is going to ignore, but burger reducer is going to act on that action and it will reduce the burger by 1. Similarly, for the last dispatch, pizza is going to ignore, but burger is going to respond, and in return, burger buns will be reduced by 1. So this is very important concept you should understand. In Redux, whenever we are dispatching action, both the reducers will be receiving the action and accordingly they are going to act on that action. Now, why I have shown you this concept? Because in plain Redux, while dispatching the action, both the reducers will be receiving the action. One will be acting and other will be ignoring the action. But same thing does not happen in Redux Toolkit. Why? Because by default, inside Redux Toolkit, reducers from, this is the reducer from one create slice is going to respond to the action type generated by the same create slice, because this create slice will only respond to the action type that is generated by same slice. But if you want your slice to respond to other action type apart from the types which it has generated, then we are going to use the concept of extra reducer. Extra reducers, as the name indicates, they are additional reducers apart from the reducers which are generated by create slice. So here in Redux Toolkit, what happens whenever we are dispatching the action, only that reducer which is having the action type will be accepting the action and other will simply ignore that action. So if action is supposed to be handled by one reducer, then you should be using reducer. But if the action is supposed to be handled by multiple reducers, then you should be using extra reducer. Basically, in this slices, we have already defined the reducer, and this reducer you want to use in multiple slices, then you will be using extra reducer. So I will be working with the same scenario. Whenever you are ordering pizza, you are getting burger for free. So in Redux Toolkit, I will be working for burger slice. Below this, okay, this is my reducer property. Below this reducer property, I am just going to add another property called extra reducer. I will separate by comma. Below this, I am just going to write extra reducer, same name, and this is nothing but function. I will be passing it as function. Okay, this is the suggested approach you have to follow in the same way. Then inside this function, I will be passing one argument called builder. You can give any name, but in Redux Toolkit, this is the convention we follow. We simply pass builder as its argument. Now inside this function, what we will do, using this builder, we are going to add the case. So here I will be writing builder. Now for this builder, I will be attaching this method add case. You can see I am getting the suggestion. I will click on this add case. And inside this method, we are going to pass two arguments. First is the action type. So here, what I want to do, whenever I am ordering pizza, I just have to reduce the burger by 1. So here, my action type will be related to pizza. So here, I am just going to write pizza action. As soon as I hit enter, pizza action is imported. And from there, what I have to do, I just have to mention this pizza order. How we have dispatched, same way you just have to pass that pizza action dot pizza order. But you don't have to call, simply you have to pass action type. After that, I'm just going to pass the second argument, and it is nothing but a function. And this function is basically a reducer type of a function. So here we have to pass state and action as its argument. As of now, I am not working with action. So here simply I will be passing state. I will open this function. Now what I have to do, whenever I am ordering pizza, I just have to reduce the burger by 1 and directly I can mutate the state. I will copy state dot burger buns minus minus. So here using this extra reducer, I am just adding this pizza action case where I am just reducing the burger by 1. But in plain Redux, what we did inside burger reducer, we have added the case and we have copied our entire state, and after that we have reduced our burger buns. But in this Redux toolkit, now this burger slice is not going to respond to any other slice. First will be our action, what we have specified while dispatching, and second will be the function. Basically, this will be reducer type of function. So that is the reason inside this function we can pass state and action as its argument. And inside that, what I have to do, I just have to reduce the burger by 1. Now I will open terminal. Before that, let me just save this file. Open terminal, clear this. Now I will run node index, hit enter. Now you can see I am using middleware. So here I am having this result. Initial state, okay, I am able to get. Now if you see, whenever I am dispatching pizza, my burger is also reduced by 1. Second, again I am dispatching pizza, my burger is reduced by 1. After that, I am dispatching burger, only burger is reduced by 1. Again I am dispatching burger, my burger is reduced by 1, but my pizza remains same. So in Redux Toolkit, directly passing the reducer name inside the slice, we are going to make use of extra reducer. This concept is very important because whenever you are working on project, you want your slice to respond to other action types. So that is the reason I have shown you this concept, as well as we have seen how this will be working in plain Redux.